Alright, this video is going to be crazy. It's going to be different than all the other ones, and I might just turn it off later. I'm going to dive right in. Things I'm going to cover right now. We're not going to do any more custom headlight builds available for anybody, pretty much. Almost anybody. More on that later. We're going to be doing Patreon. It just feels really weird, but I have a guy who's one of my patrons right now, Connor. He's the man. He gave me some encouragement yesterday and said I need to be talking about that more, putting it out there. We're going to talk about Patreon. Also going to be talking about the LED bulbs. If you've ever purchased our license plate bulbs or any of the stuff from FlyRyde.com, that is going to become heavy. I'm about to take a big plunge, make a big move. I'll tell you more about that. And last, the online course, which is what we'll start with. So we're going to just launch the online course. I never felt ready. I have been wanting to build this thing forever, and I set a goal for myself that March 2019, by the end of the month, I would be full-time with the content creation. So this video is me committing to that, and to you, anybody that's been watching or following the journey, that as of next month, there won't be any other way besides me just making video for a living. Super weird, I'm super scared, and it's your fault, so you're watching, you made me do it. So thank you ahead of time. So the online course is, I'm just gonna take in the next wave of guys right now. Hit me up, definitely. And just because there's a lot of stuff that teaches how to do online marketing, that tells you how to beat around the bush and play these games, I'm not into it. And I don't think that I'm supposed to be. I think that that's for people that suck at a lot of things and they need like help and gimmicks and things. I'm really passionate about what I do. I love it. I love my business. I love you guys for watching all this stuff. So I'm just going to cut out the fluff. I'm not going to follow any, this is how you do this. And first you're like, wow, and you get everybody excited. And then you like put in the fine print at the bottom what it's going to cost. Like, no, it's $497. It's 500 bucks. It's less than my cheapest build for me to be offering everything I know and pumping everything I can into that academy. There's also going to be separate little mini courses that won't be that much. They'll be about 100 bucks, and so those will be available for people that want little gems, little nuggets of info. But for the guys that really want to be, I don't know, in my class, my school, online learning from anywhere, from a mobile device, from your computer, when you're in bed, when you're pooping, I don't care when it is. It's just you can learn anytime you want. Pick up the phone, and there I am with everything that I know put onto video form. Not fancy with music, I'm not trying to entertain you, I'm trying to teach you, I'm trying to show you how to make some money. So my goal for everybody is to make that $500 in one weekend in just a few hours of modifying lights, having fun. While you work your 9 to 5, you're not doing this as a full-time gig. Don't be me, don't do FlyRyde, don't have a shop and overhead and scary stuff that makes you make bad decisions. Just do it on the side, feed your family better, I don't know, buy video games, buy car parts, whatever you want, I don't care. Make a couple grand a month. Anyway, that's the online course. Let's talk more. I'm going in kind of reverse order here, but let's talk about those LED bulbs. So I'm about to purchase a whole bunch of them. I want to be upfront about this one too. A way that you can run a business is you can buy cheap crap and put your name on it and sell it under some other name that you don't ever want to be traced back to you and upcharge, and I don't know. Just, I think that's not good. I don't want to sell junk. I'm going to sell the best stuff that I can find. There's also a way of business where you put a new brand, you create this new brand so that it doesn't reflect poorly on your main business, and then you just, I don't know, see what it does and kind of roll the dice. I'm not even trying to do that. I'm just going to call them FlyRyde bulbs, right? They're going to be bulbs that I've sourced out. I've been talking with a dude named James for quite a long time. James, you're the man. You're very patient. He's going to get a big order from me right now. We're going to call them FlyRyde bulbs. They're going to have cute little bags, but nothing fancy because that stuff doesn't matter. You throw it away anyway. You guys will be able to order all the bulbs for all the cars, for the BMWs, for the Audis and the Acuras and whatever. Actually, my buddy's Ferrari the other day, TJ, I looked and it's got a bunch of regular incandescent bulbs, so those will have FlyRyde bulbs now. And all of the license plate bulbs that we have been selling like crazy that are awesome and bright, the new ones will be even brighter and they won't flicker ever. That's the plan. So if you will join me on that whole mission, that's another scary adventure I'm going down. And now Patreon. I don't know. This is something that I haven't spent any time on that I really need to. So I'm going to build out my perks and package all that stuff up for you. But for the most part, I'm basically just saying I need your help. Like I don't want to say like, oh, just give me money so that I can have an easier time day to day. Like, I really want my community members to be invited into there. Eventually, YouTube will give me my memberships here now that we've passed over that 30,000 subscriber mark, but that's not yet. They haven't given me the tool. Patreon's there now. I really do think that I can provide a ton of value to my patrons that come in there and give you guys a lot of exclusive access to myself. That's kind of the biggest thing that I have to offer right now. If you've followed me on Instagram or anything, I took like the last month and a half off to focus on YouTube, and we doubled the channel. We doubled it. So it was worth it. Me not being constantly in the DMs and posting up pictures and then checking to see if everybody liked it and, I don't know, the views and the things that don't actually help anybody, I just didn't do it. And I'm going to be focusing a little bit more on Instagram again now, but in the last 2 days I've answered 100 plus DMs in Instagram. So I want to keep that current. We're going to get Kristen handling a lot of the back and forth with the DMs and posting. I'll be posting, doing story stuff like that. But I think the real way to get access to me is through Patreon. So I'm not saying give me $5 and, you know, take 8 hours of my day asking me questions, but I'm going to do my best to kind of over deliver on that whole side of things. So Patreon will be big. And then the last part about this is what I started with, which is no more custom work. Here's the thing, guys. I can't help anybody if I'm head down, grinding, building lights. I know, because that's what I do every day, and every time I'm doing it, I feel like I'm not doing what I should be doing. I feel like there's way more value I have to the world than to be turning a screwdriver or drilling something, head down, not recording, not doing anything, just trying to get it done so that I can, like, I don't know, move on to the next one of the exact same thing that helps one person at a time. Generally, those people take forever to get what they want. You know, like they send me money and they have to wait forever to get that thing. And like, I'm just not into it anymore. I don't think I do a good job at that. I'm not timely. I'm even going over right now. My camera is telling me I'm talking too long. Shut up, camera. I don't care. 7 minutes. I got 3 more to go. So I feel like I'm on point. So no more custom headlight jobs. Unless, this is the weird thing, and this is feeling pretty strange to say this, but unless you are willing to both put a deposit down, which I don't recommend, wait a ton of time, which I don't recommend, and it has to be me that does it. If those 3 things sound like something that you need to do, you need to visit FlyRyde.com/pages/2019, which is the name of this video, which is what it's all about. 2019, all these crazy things I'm talking about. I think it all just has to happen. I'm taking the plunge. I want to be full-time this month. I mean, this week I want. Today I want to be full-time. But, I mean, as we know, sometimes my ambition is to be running, and I should probably get my crawling down before I move on to the next step. So help me do that if you want to get involved. I'm talking to you, John, with the Corvette. I know you want to pull the trigger on some stuff. The thing is, I don't want to make a promise that I can't deliver on. So what that's going to look like for 2019, if I build your lights, you're going to pay a big deposit down. It's not going to be a, hey, you got a flat tire, so you want to cancel type of situation. It's going to be a contract. It's going to be me learning how to teach other people how to enforce contracts. So there's going to be a contract in there. Like I said, you shouldn't do this. Another builder can do this for you. Or you can do it yourself, which is why I make all this content, to teach you how to do it yourself. If you're unwilling to pay somebody else to do the job, and you're unwilling to learn how to do it, and it has to be me, then one of the 3 criteria for me doing the build is checked. You've checked that box, which, like, I just keep repeating. I don't recommend you check that box. But I'm going to let a few people do it, so if that's, I don't know, it sounds crazy to me, but if you absolutely have to have me do it and you're willing to wait lots of months for me to fit it into a crazy schedule and then film content, teach the whole world how to do whatever I do for you, cool. And then there's that deposit. That's going to suck because I'm going to charge you 3/4 of it up front just to lock it in, because I know if you pay half, then you want to wiggle out of the other half because life happens, and it does happen, and I think that's reasonable. So what I'm presenting right now is not a reasonable thing. But this video was made for you so that you could hear that I can't build your custom headlights for you. This is literally why I made this whole thing. All the other stuff was just things that I really needed to pack into a video, and that's why we're one-shotting this. There's no editing, there's nothing. I'm just going for it, posting it, and from the time that I pressed record until it landed itself on the old internet, probably about 15 minutes max. So yeah, this is called cowboy shooting from the hip stuff. Don't recommend it. Just hit 10 minutes. That means we're done. That means if you have questions, put them down here in the comments. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already, because there's fire coming and I'm excited about it. I'm like never this excited, so I'm super fired up about this. Can't wait to deliver. Those of you crazy dudes that want to do this, visit that thing on the website on FlyRyde.com/pages/2019. Fill out that form. Tell me why you think that it makes sense for you to do it. Because I don't, but like I love you guys for thinking that it needs to be these hands that builds your lights and teaches the world about it. So if you do that, I mean, I appreciate it up front. You're slightly crazy, but so am I. So it works out. Anyway, Patreon, custom headlight builds, no more. Doing the bulbs, online course, ready to go. The online course is not ready to go, but I'm gonna take new students on now so that as the weeks go by, I'm not waiting anymore. I'm just doing it active. We'll talk on the phone. We'll do some stuff one-on-one. So let me just say this. I'll end the video by saying any of my new students, I'm going to spend an hour on the phone with you. All right? So I'll answer a ton of questions. Don't pull the trigger until you have those questions written down and you want to start your thing on the side. All right? Adios, guys. Thank you for watching. Love you. See you on the next one.